Hey everybody, we are here with a really special group actually tonight. We have Nix, who will be pulling questions from the audience as best she can, if you have them. We have Sirkin, who's always here. And then two very special guests who don't really come along to stream very often. We have our senior guide, Eunomia, who is currently on vacation. Eunomia, if you want to go ahead and say hi, you can now.
Hello, everyone.
And we have our project manager and lead developer, Nobog.
Hello.
So, tonight's stream was supposed to be focused more around, I don't know, talking about what we do in our daily CSR stuff, but I think that we're probably going to get off track pretty quickly. It's just going to be hard to follow that with all of these guys here. Um, because it'll be difficult to stay on topic. And to be totally honest, you guys don't really want to spend a day in the life of a CSR to begin with because it can get pretty tedious at times. Right now, I'm filling in for. In the evenings, I don't usually do a lot of frontline petitions, but in the evenings, I've been filling in for Eunomia because she does a wonderful job and she's been working her butt off for way too long, and she just deserved to have some time to just not have to worry about any of that. So
Yes, and I appreciate that very much. Thank
yeah.
you.
And you definitely earned it, and you definitely deserved having all the vacation time that you're gonna get here. Um, and I'm happy to do it, even though sometimes the frontline petitions can be more difficult than the stuff the GMs deal with. The guide CSR staff tends to deal more directly with players, whereas Cirque and I are usually in the petition forum, telling people no or screaming at them silently. But we don't actually have to, talk to them and interact with them really closely like the guides do. So it's a huge difference between what we're usually doing and what they're usually doing. That being said, obviously Cirque and I, as GMs, we haven't forgotten what that's like. Uh, so it was pretty quick. It was a little weird to get back into the groove of doing those on a daily basis, and knowing that I was the only one who was going to be doing them, and that if they weren't done, then they weren't done, and people would just go without CSR help. It was a weird feeling, but it was, I really quickly got back into it, so it wasn't a huge problem to deal with. But I think I'll go ahead and start just to get things rolling. When you're a GM, you spend a lot of time in the petition forum, and you spend a lot of time looking at ban appeals, and you try to focus your time on the things that only you guys can do, like guides can't reimburse items. We spend a lot of time going through reimbursing items, verifying, whatever item is being reimbursed needs to be reimbursed, and all that good stuff, to make sure that we're not just duping items for people or handing them out willy-nilly. Um, that's one part of what we do when we're up in the petition forum. We have to deal with a lot in a macro perspective, and anytime you have to have a database lookup, the CSR staff has to go to me now, and that is for when we're trying to identify, if we have a really heinous violation going on and somebody's RMTing or exploiting, or doing something really bad, and we want to nail all of their accounts. That takes a database lookup to look and see what accounts they've been using, and then how often they've been using them, and all that good stuff. So a large part of my day is going through and finding things that nobody else can do, and making sure that those get handled. Which fortunately, we give the guide CSR staff a huge amount of flexibility, and I mean, hopefully, Mia can attest to how much, I guess, room to kind of make her own decisions, and do what she needs to do to get things done that she really has, especially compared to other MMOs where their guides don't really have a whole lot of that. And granted, me as a senior guide, but even just the base level guide, they have a huge amount of freedom to do what they need to do to handle various situations. Um, so I'm actually going to go over to Sirkin really quickly because he is the lead CSR, and I think that that's something that gets mixed up a lot because we see each other as peers, but in reality, he is my boss on the CSR staff, and whenever he wants to put his foot down, he absolutely can, and sometimes he does. And when he says, Darebale, you're wrong, and I'm pulling the GM Sirkin card, and you can't do anything about it. And, it is what it is. Sometimes he needs to make that call, and he needs to be the boss and be the bad guy and do the thing that no one else wants to do.
I learned all that from Nilbog.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? You guys can fill us in what it's like to be the boss. You know what I mean? You guys have, obviously, Nilbog, you are the boss, but Sirkin, you have the kind of second in command.
There's nobody on Skype that calls Nilbog and where he feels the way I feel when I just get a random call from Nilbog. Because when I get a call from Nilbog, my brain's instantly like, okay, have I done anything wrong in like the last 10 days? And like I'm going through everything that I could have like screwed up or been lied to by a player about something. I'm going through everything, and it's most of the time it's not bad, but just because I know it could be something bad. Like I know one time, Noblog, you called me and you were like, "What do you know about silver bullets or something?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" And my brain was just like going through everything having to do with silver bullets, and it turned out not to be a thing, but
call from Nilbog. That must be the worst call ever.
it's scary.
Yes,
And
I did that.
did. And then there was one time I did an event on Red where the prizes were not suitable, and I got another phone call, and it's just like, hate to be the fun police, but what the fuck? And it's like, oh, bad circuit.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's the thing.
You get the unclassic call. I've never had an unclassic call from Nilbog because I've never put an unclassic item in the game, but I've had Sirkin describe it on multiple occasions because that used to happen a lot back in the day where we'd have to track down, or they'd have to track down items that Uthgard put in and just crazy stuff that was way out of era that never should have been in the game. And it must be a terrible thing to have to go through. Like, who put this, air elemental statue into the game or whatever it may be, It must be absolutely terrifying to have to go and hunt that down and be like, oh wait, was that me? Did I do that one? Oh wow, that one night when I was doing that event. Oh no.
I was looking up my own logs, like in the front end, to see like if I had ever given that item to a player or if I deleted it or anything. Because I knew I wouldn't have given it to somebody, like, because it's retarded. But I didn't know like what happened because clearly he had a thing of me summoning the item. I needed to see what I did with it afterwards.
Right.
Somebody has a question here. What's the purpose of the CS staff? And P99 has the biggest staff. What do you guys get out of it for volunteering?
Well, I hate myself, and it helps me punish myself on a day-to-day basis. It's actually the absolute perfect outlet for that. Before P99, I used to just cut myself and cry in a dark corner, and it absolutely changed my life around. And so I'm very thankful and happy to be here. I don't know about you guys, but that's my reasoning.
So there's, I don't know if anybody else wanted to try and take this question. The CSR staff here is really essential to making sure that you guys actually can play the damn game the way you want to. Any MMO that you join, you have to have some kind of CSR staff in place. It's really, really, really important that people be able to, well, number one, call mom and dad when they screw up and they can't figure out who punched who in the face first. When they do a camp dispute or, kill stealing or raid, whatever the hell. That's a thing that happens all the time. In addition to that, we need to make sure that everybody, if there's a bug, we need to make sure that bug gets fixed. If there's anything that goes wrong, we need to make sure that gets fixed. And that's a big part of why we need to have the CSR staff around, because if they're not there, if we're not here, then there's nobody there to pick you up when you have a quest bug. It's not like a single player game where you can reload a save if you lose an item. If you lose your breastplate that you spent all your DKP on, nobody else is going to be there to pick it up if you don't have a CSR stuff.
They're saying that you're really quiet in
I turned that
about
up.
half
It
the
shouldn't be that
volume.
bad.
Okay.
So yeah, I turned that way up, and it shouldn't be nearly as quiet. See, it's weird because I was doing this morning, and somebody was complaining that the feedback was too high, so I needed to turn it down. So hopefully it's in an area where it is, better now.
Nick's is also very loud. Okay.
Yeah, your mic always comes across loud on streams. I don't know if that's something that you do or.
Is that better?
I don't think there's anything you can do to actually you're not like shockingly loud. It's not like you're making our eardrums bleed. Mm-hmm.
That's my goal.
It's not serious. It's not that loud.
Hey, Zelina is here. Congratulations,
Guys,
Zelina, on your championship.
I'm muted. I'm doing it bad. Nick, don't mess with your mic because right now it sounds good to me, and if you mess with it, it might not sound good to me, and I feel that's more important.
Okay, well, yeah, Sergen, as long as it's good for you, I don't really give a shit. But anybody else, you're like I said, you're the boss, so gotta make sure that you're happy, and then we're good.
Well, yeah, then we're good. I'm happy.
Goodness, this guy's got some good questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, give them.
Okay.
So I will point out that on professional, I don't want to say professional, but on commercial MMOs, guides, people in the guide position, they don't get paid. That's always a free volunteer thing, and
Well, coincidentally, they don't get paid in the emulator division
right,
either.
This guy was saying guides and GMs get paid in the real world, and no, they don't. Part of the reason why Blizzard is able to host 8 million subscribers in their servers and provide CSR staff to them is because they have a guide program that they don't pay any of those people. They just farm those people from huge app farms, and that's all taken care of by people who want to volunteer for that.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna make an ant farm joke, but then I was worried that it would be too insulting to our players.
You know,
And
me,
so I'm passing.
I
like helping
volunteer because I love the game. I love the game a lot, and I love Project 1999, and I want everyone to feel that way. I enjoy the server a lot, and I know that you need the support, so somebody has to do it. So, and I do like helping people. When I summon someone's corpse that has been lost for 3 months, and they're so happy, that makes me happy.
You are the best thing that's ever happened to the CSR staff.
You are.
No, I'm really not. I'm a glorified babysitter. You have like 8,500 posts, and I'm willing to bet 8,200 of those are petition form things.
Yeah, I do post a lot. I was going to discuss what I do, and that is a lot of what I do. I answer. I'm kind of the first response in the petition forum. I average 25 posts a day, and I rarely post outside of the petition forum. So that's where it is.
25 glorious, amazing screening posts that make everything move so much smoother.
No blog, why did you join the P99 staff?
I created the server, and soon after I realized that I needed a staff.
What?
I guess.
At what
Why
point?
did you create the server, I guess, is the better question.
After Vanguard, I was missing EverQuest, and I looked around, found EQ Emulator, realized that I could make a server, and here we are.
Here we are.
And I do notice when looking on the forums that Nobog and Rogan did all the crap work years ago. So they've been there, and they've put their time in, and they've done all the petition form questions and the
Oh
IP
yeah.
exemptions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing.
I'm sure
I love
Nilbog's
seeing
hands
IP
got pretty full
exemptions.
before he invited other people on staff.
I love seeing Nilbog IP exemptions from like 2009 on the forum. And you're like, Nilbog did IP exemptions way back in the day.
Oh, and I would sell that petition thread on eBay if I could. 2009 Nilbog approved IP exemption.
Yeah,
Chat.
Pneumonia is awful work. I appreciate everything you do.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nilbog loves you.
I love you guys.
What's it like being? What's it like to spend a day in your shoes, Eunomia? Because
Okay.
I think a day in Circuit and I's shoes is mostly spent trying to dodge work as much as we can while still making it look like we're having a huge impact on the server. But I know that you actually spend your
I have a
your
routine.
day working on this stuff.
Yeah, I have a routine. The first thing I do in the morning is IP exemptions. And I really have to force myself to do them at this point because it's like doing dishes. They just, they're always more and more and more all the time. So I start the day with that. And
Do you ever get jaded?
I get crabby every once in a while, and I do snap at people occasionally. My snaps are usually sarcastic, and I am sorry for that, but sometimes I'm having a bad day. But yeah, so I do the IP exemptions first thing in the morning, and then I create any guilds that are still in the queue because we can only do that in the morning. And then I check any outstanding petitions, and I may, if there's time, I may scout around for any boxing infractions. And then I go to work, and throughout the day I usually check the petition form periodically when I have a break, and anything that I can do without being in game I answer. If someone has a lost item, or if they have a quest turn-in failure, I investigate that for Sirkin, and then I mark it for him. And sometimes, lately, it's been nice because if I see something on the petition forum that more can do in game, I send the commands. So, and then when I get home from work, I usually log into the game right away and start on the petitions because now that we have Morgan, I don't have a huge backup when I get home, but usually there was, some lag in there that I had to catch up, and it's usually pretty busy in the petition form. In the petition in game until, I don't know, 11 Eastern. So that's my day.
Well, I love all of those things that you do.
Well, I'm glad to help you. You guys work really hard too, so I'm glad to make it easier for you to do your thing. So,
Like I said,
because there's a lot I
just
can't
try
do.
and dodge work and make it look like that we're actually doing stuff. It doesn't actually.
Well, see, here's what happens. She protects us from all the things we don't want to deal with, and we protect her from all the shit she doesn't want to deal with.
Actually,
Yeah.
this is very true. There is a symbiotic relationship between the CSR and the two wings there.
Yeah, I don't like camp disputes. Who does? I guess.
Or raid drama of any kind.
Right, I don't deal with any raid drama ever, and they have given me permission to tell people I am not allowed to deal with raid drama. So
I don't like
Yeah.
dealing with raid drama either. Sounds good.
For what it's worth, I share that same sentiment. I don't either. If it was up to me, there would be no raid disputes. Everyone would just get along and play nicely, and that would be it.
Mhm.
I would just sit in East Commons and smile all day at a petition queue that was only filled with petitions of people that were having actual problems, and not just tears and tears and tears.
You know, I think now that I have this opportunity, I'd like people. You should run fraps if you want to complain about other people. You should run fraps so that you can show it to
we
us.
say
Because
that,
we can't.
but Fraps, I know Fraps has that thing where it will just record the last 30 seconds, which is nice.
Yeah, that.
But
buffer
you
period
can't-
Is great.
You can't just run Fraps all day. Like, if you play in 8 or 9 hour sessions, you can't just run Fraps for 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you could,
No,
but
you're
holy
right.
shit, I would never do that.
You're right, you can't. And you know what? I've actually told people, if you take a really good series of screenshots and you corroborate it with your logs, like, sometimes we can squeeze something out of that. If you take a good series of screenshots that shows a timeline of events and you know, you can back your log up to make sure that all fits together, we can make something happen from that. But obviously, really complicated situations, a screenshot will never, you know, give us what we need. So we do the best to piece the puzzle together when people have a problem that needs to be dealt with that they don't have a fraps of. And sometimes we can, and sometimes we can't. You know, there's not always something we can do about it.
But we'll always look into it. That's the one thing we will do.
Burlington used to be in
Somebody
BBA.
asked a really good question that I think you guys should. We should actually go around and have everybody answer this, because I think that the answers are going to differ wildly based on when everybody joined the staff and where they are now. So it was, what was it? And I just don't. You guys don't have to get too specific, so that it seems like we're bashing players. But the question was, I think it was, what complaints do you guys have about the player base themselves? Like what? I can't find it now. But it's something along those lines of you know.
Hold on, let me get my list.
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. Like, Sirkin, I know that you have a huge list of complaints, and I do too. But let's try and pick maybe one or two things that really stand out in your mind. That, what's your pet peeve? You know what I mean?
I hate when people use the petition form just to be a tattletale. I don't need third grade hall monitors over stupid petty things.
Right.
I hate when people like are purposely dense just so they can run to the petition queue and get a guide or a GM or staff member to come and settle their dispute, when it could have easily been handled by just taking 30 seconds and communicating with the other player. Usually camp dispute type things is where that comes up.
Does playing ignorant help?
No, a lot of times if you act like an idiot or if you're just being a tattletale, I delete your petition and make a comment to you under my breath that you'll never hear, and then move on to the next one. Because here's the thing, and I strongly believe this, I can't cater to retarded behavior because it just encourages more of the same behavior. And so it's like if my dog shits on the rug and I give him a cookie, he's going to be like, this is the greatest thing. I'm going to shit on the rug all the time. But if he shits on the rug and doesn't get what he wants, it will help me to get him to stop shitting on the rug. So that's my answer to the question. This would be the part where one of you other nerds go ahead and
Yeah,
give
right,
your
yeah.
answer to the question.
I guess I'll go next.
Um,
Oh no.
the thing I don't like players to do.
Hmm. I know Nobog's answers. He doesn't like
complain-
them to kill NPCs.
I don't like when players complain about somebody else sending them tells when they haven't put them on ignore. If somebody is bothering you, you should put them on ignore, and then if they continue to harass you in some way that's affecting your gameplay, then you should come to me, and I will help you.
If they start hunting you down, and making you
Following
to
you,
get around, the ignore.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one. But there's a lot of people who just, they get poked once and they're just like, I'm being harassed right now, and it's like, we'll put them on ignore, walk away, diffuse the situation, and if you're still having trouble, then come, petition for help and
I
ask.
think a lot of problems can be solved with ignore.
The problem is, sorry, go ahead.
If someone's in your camp and causing you issues with your gameplay, that definitely is something you would need assistance with if you can't communicate with them.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with that. That one's definitely annoying. I'm trying to think what my biggest complaint about the player base is, and I'm kind of coming up blank. There's a bunch of things that kind of like coalesce into one big clusterfuck of problems, but I need a second to think about it. So
the thing I like most about players is when they resolve problems themselves. Sometimes someone will petition and I can't get there right away, and 15 minutes later I send them a message and they say we worked it out. That makes me so happy.
yeah, that actually happens a lot, which is really great when play. You see a petition come in and you don't answer it for 10 minutes and you come back and boom, that's all solved. They worked it out.
That's awesome.
I love that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody did that, the whole server would just run so well and so smoothly. If we could all hold hands and kiss and have no problem, it would be great.
I can talk about the thing that's frustrating me most right now.
What's that?
People should not use their cursor as extra inventory space.
Oh my god, please.
Ever.
Stop, please.
You need to stop doing that because it's causing serious problems for you and for us. If you do not have space in your inventory, do not accept a trade.
Really,
it cannot.
Honestly, she has to do so much more. See,
Why doesn't the stuff fall on the ground instead of
look,
being
we
in
don't
air?
know, all right? We don't
Okay.
know. We know what happens when it goes onto the cursor, all right? And it means that we have to go backtrack and do a proofed item verification, which is a pain in the ass, and it takes forever. And then it sucks. It sucks. Just stop doing it, please. Until it gets fixed, guys. Just let it go. Just don't stack it on your cursor. There's no reason to stack them that way. Think about it logically. You can't actually fit 10 backpacks in your hand, right? It's not gonna work. So stop trying.
No bug. Is there anything that bothers you about players?
Essentially unrealistic expectations of volunteers. It would be my best answer.
It's really good
Mostly.
one. Wow, it's like an all-encompassing answer, huh?
That just warmed my heart.
Mostly, I just answer the exploit petitions, so I don't see really what people are asking for. But when I did read it, it was just crazy.
I was on a stream like 20 minutes ago, and they were telling me that I need to tell NoBlog to add target rings.
Yeah, we removed those.
I like target rings.
Target rings were the worst. The absolute worst.
I have them on my development server, if that makes people mad.
I've seen your development
Also
server.
has a map, you guys. NoBlog maps it on the development server.
Mm.
Oh, development server confirmed, not
There might
classic.
even be a find feature. I don't know for sure on that one. I'm pretty sure there is.
Well, science.
But yeah, I guess that is really all I have to say about that. Mostly, I don't interact with the actual people, and I'm sorry for that. I love you all, but mostly it's just
You're
the
doing big
NPCs.
things. Big things. You do big things. You and the other devs are like the lifeblood of the project.
So
So-
I actually did think of the huge complaint that I had, and it's related to investigations GM bullshit. It's when people give me something related to RMT, and they just expect me to be able to instantly like deal with it right there and then.
Select all from RMT table, Durabell.
All from RMT table, right?
What
It's
the
all
hell?
connected in one giant. It all funnels into a single.
You're not
column.
even trying.
And I don't even have. Yeah, it's no leg work. There's no.
Clearly, you don't
no
even
problem
lift.
Solving. No, my position is literally just look at the RMT table that we have set up. Everything funnels into there, and boom, I'm done. Right? Like that's what people think happens, and that's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. It takes, if you send me something in RMT related, don't expect a response within 24 hours because there's so much to do. And like when I'm looking at RMT stuff, I have like players' needs to balance out with scumbags breaking the rules. So sometimes I don't have time to get to that right when you need it. I'm glad that you went and took the time to find out that scumbag A has been selling stuff to scumbag, A through Z. But you need to just be patient and let me do it at my time because there's a lot of stuff to deal with. So just chill on that. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And the same thing goes for poofed items. Like when people go, where's my poofed item? It disappeared. Like I know that takes a long time to get to, and I'm sorry. Me, me, I work really hard to make sure that I get those done. Like, 'cause she goes through and she verifies, she doesn't even need to do this, but she does it anyway because she knows that if I see her doing a bunch of legwork and I just only have to do one or two things, I'll jump on it. But that takes a long time to go through. We have to go through every single thing that could have happened to that item before we can reimburse it. And if we can't, that takes time, so just be patient. There is no poofed item table. There is no record of every poofed item in the game. And it just says, reimburse me, that doesn't exist. So just be patient with RMT and poofed item stuff, because oh my god, some people really they can't deal with that. If you don't deal with it right fucking now, they're screaming and yelling and freaking out and thinking you're corrupt. It's so bad. It's so bad. Just shut up, be patient. I love you, but calm down and just wait for me to be done. That's it.
A+. I saw a question in chat from Narova, and I'm just going to throw it at Nilbog and say, hey, Nilbog, how does it make you feel to know that this thing you created, the entire community helped raise over $15,000 last weekend for that children life-saving charity thing?
It's amazing. I could not imagine that would ever happen, and I'm very glad it did.
We didn't have to give away Velius access or plat or items or raffle tickets or anything. They just did it out of the goodness of their heart. I told them after they hit 15 that if they hit 17.5, I'd do a guys, but they never hit that. So I will say there was no incentive milestone between 5,000 and 10,000 other than getting chest on stream, and that made me smile a little bit.
Is that happening? Is that a guild leader?
That's a guild leader. That is the guild leader of BDA, and he's never been on stream, and he's very against being on stream. But all the people want it, Nilbog. They want it so bad. And so he agreed that if they hit 10,000 that he would come on, and they hit it. That was one of the things I was championing on to get to the 10K mark. So I'm excited for that.
That was really cool. When I got that PM from that player, I know I went to you guys and I was like, how do you feel about this? And Nilbog was I think he was out of town when I asked, and Rogan was immediately like, absolutely, let's do this. I don't care what other people think. We can be flexible with what we say yes and no to. And if we want to raise money, if we want to support a player who's raising money for dying children, we can fucking do that. And then
if it's a good cause and we agree with it, we can do that.
And and I thought that was really cool. I was like, okay, great. I'll just set a couple guidelines and I waited for Nilbog to say something and just wanted to make sure that he was going to be good with it too. And I eventually was just like, Nilbog, you know what? It's for children. I'm answering this for you, and I'm glad it turned out it was okay with you, Nil, because you never even chimed in on that, but it was really, really great to see that the whole community came together, and in 24 hours was like, here's a fifth of $100,000, for cancer. It was just blew my mind when I found out how much it was actually raised.
Yeah, so thanks to everyone who donated, and thanks for Chest for throwing himself out there for a milestone thing, and thanks to I believe it was Norova. Oh, that's why I asked the question. And thanks to Norova for running the charity. It was for a good cause. So that's one of those good charities where I believe actually all of the money goes to the charity.
Things, right?
Right.
Yeah, I got to write him like a license to RMT for like a day. It was really funny to put like, you have a limited ability to license, you have limited license to RMT on P99 for one single day, and there was all these rules and restrictions that he couldn't, he couldn't do this and he couldn't do that, and it was just this really solid binding legal contract to make sure that he didn't pull any shenanigans. I didn't think he was going to, but I didn't want him to be like, to get some, anything going wrong. I just wanted to be able to be like, it said right here that you're going to be banned for life for tricking us into, giving money to dying children, and then be able to boot them away forever. But no, it was really great that he put that on. And I'm surprised that somebody hasn't come and asked before this to try and do that. Because I don't think that it's a new thing. So it's really great that it actually finally happened.
I concur.
Sirkin, so how long have you had your new keyboard?
This actually isn't my keyboard, but it's just as mechanical. But I've had my very loud keyboard since April. I feel good about April.
Selena says it sounds like you're angry.
I'm always angry.
Angry typing, anyway.
Yes, that's how I vent it all out, is through my keyboard. It keeps me from coming into the P99 office building and just going postal. And let me tell you something, the guides would go first because they have cubicles. Nobog would be good. He could lock the door of his corner office, call security, bunker down under a desk. But like Eunomia, Morgan, Aussie, they're in so much trouble on that day.
If we worked in an office together and you and I actually had to share like an office, I would break your fucking keyboard. I really would.
Oh man, you wouldn't.
I would make you go buy a new. I would buy you like a soft keyboard because I couldn't.
You know what I would do?
That.
I would go hire like 6 Asian gold farmers to just fucking clickety clack all day on 6 mechanical ass keyboards.
Just to blow me off. Hey, you know what? Then you know what? No. Wouldn't fly. It would be taken care of so swiftly you wouldn't even know it happened. Your Asian gold farmers would be swept away by
I'll just get more.
Japanese
There's a billion of them. There are billions.
You'd funnel them into the building, and these ninjas would just be taking out your gold farmers as they walked into the building again and again.
I will pay them to live stream, and I will just set up speakers randomly throughout the office building to play the clickety clackety as they live stream.
Sneaky, man. I don't think they can
Oh,
past
I am
grid of
sneaky.
ninjas. I think it would
I'm a
be
very sneaky. There would be no ninja necessary because the Asian gold farmers wouldn't actually be in the building. They'd be streaming from an airport in Asia.
Oh, you're gonna stream the clickety clack so that I can't get any of my work done? Is that?
Yeah, that's how I'm going to circumvent the ninjas.
All I have to say to you is good luck ever getting a database lookup out of me ever again. If you do the clickety clack all day long.
Good luck getting the clickety clack to stop.
Oh my god. Trade
It's
you
just
a database lookup for an hour.
Yeah,
of
it's just going to be whoever is bothered more is going to crack first.
Who can resist the longest? Oh, I would break first for sure.
Yeah, because I'm just going to tell players he's not doing lookups for me right now. Sorry.
There's got to be some kind of labor laws against what you're doing there. I would call shenanigans.
Not if they stay in Asia. There isn't.
Oh god, that's such bullshit. Oh, all these gold farmers.
And I could pay them pennies to do that shit all day.
I gotta say though, they would be put to good. Like if you were a gold farmer, and you went and Sirkin paid you to click on a keyboard instead of farming gold, I would approve of that because farming gold sucks and ruins economies. So yeah,
Doesn't farming gold?
That would be like taking I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna shut my mouth right now. I almost did something so bad with that. I'm done.
Doesn't farming gold turn into RMT?
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah, so.
Yeah, why would you pay gold farmers to farm gold for you if you weren't going to make money off it? That's the whole point. It's
What if
really
you
bad,
just
though,
really
'cause
like
ruin
gold?
economies. They farm gold all day long. That's all they do. And, you know, and
Maybe.
then, you know, that's how people
Goodness.
buy gold
Spoke-
on WoW servers and
Spoko's
stuff.
really got some good questions here. How did you guys in the CS get started?
I
And
think
do you
we
have
already
any
answered
horror
that.
stories? Oh, come on.
I
Horror
think we
stories.
answered the first one
Horror
already,
stories.
but
I mean, I can
just had a crazy-
tell about my beginning days because they were kind of a horror story. It was during the attacks on the server, and Durable and I would, you know, spend hours rezzing people, and your hands would cramp.
Oh yeah,
from the
like you need
corpse.
to stop. Your hands are cramping. You're like, no, I have to keep going. They're all fucking
It
dead.
was
I
like my
won't let the DDoS ruin the server. Yeah.
it was like my first week, and I was like, oh my god, what did I get myself into?
And it was funny too because I remember, you know, telling you that you were gonna have so much fun and it was gonna be great. And, you know,
Yeah,
like,
right.
The CSR staff was gonna be such a good thing, and you know, and then you get on there, we start getting DDoSed like 2 weeks later, like horribly DDoSed, and you know, fortunately we figured out the little safe res trick to circumvent that.
Yeah, you did. I remember I was going to each person when they petitioned,
Oh my gosh.
and then summoning their corpse and rezzing them.
Oh,
And
so I at least
it
remote
was-
did them. Like, you know, from the very beginning, I was remote resing
Yeah.
corpses. You know that, so I got that down. But the safe res thing was like it was like a fucking light. Like it was like God's gift to CSR just shone down and like this beautiful light. And it's like you don't have to break your hand anymore during DDoSes. It's okay.
I didn't know about that for years. I have a horror story. Back when I was on a different server, when I was new and learning all the commands, I have hot buttons set up for all the various things that I deemed I do too often to type. And one of those things was summon, apparently. And I was hidden watching this guild get ready to do Trachanon, and I was standing like in their raid party, and I wanted to do a go-to Trachanon, but the summon button was right next to the go-to button, and I accidentally summoned Trachanon on top of them, and that was my horror story. That was like the biggest screw up I think I've ever done as a staff member, and I felt horrible. I rezzed them, and they were cool about it, but I no longer have a summon button on my hotbar.
Oh yeah, I've taken a lot of buttons off my hotbar because, you know, cause problems with what I can think of. I think the horror stories that always stick out for me the most are anytime you get a player who like legitimately seems psychotic and like is scary to you, like as a staff member. Like, you know, you're not gonna get hunted down. You know that like they're not gonna go and like, I don't know, hurt somebody. But sometimes we get players who legitimately seem off, you know, that you just know that they're not mentally stable. And that can be really frightening to deal with, you know. You kind of have to just put them on ignore. And I have this part of me where I like to try and talk people through things so they understand why they're being, you know, if they're being banned for this or that. I try to sit down and explain, this is why you're being banned. I don't like doing it to you, but, you know, you broke this rule, that's why it's happening. And you meet these people sometimes that just, there is no amount of trying to get them to understand this, and then it becomes frightening when they're like, you know, oh, I'm gonna come after. I mean, I've had people say that to me, like, I'm gonna come after you, or, you know, that always freaks me out. And I know it's not actually gonna happen, and I feel safe as a CSR, but, you know, it's just always, that's the worst moment for me, is when you meet people who go so overboard and are so disturbed and so attached that they actually bring it into real life and just explode and turn it into something evil. They turn this fun thing, you know, that we all try to give them and try to provide for them for free and make fun, and they turn it into this really evil, terrible thing that you know, legitimately has no place on this server.
Yeah, I set somebody off real early in my career, and it was quite scary. So,
Which one was that?
Um, it was really my first experience with somebody petitioning on the forum about me.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah,
Right.
it was scary.
Yeah, it
That
can be.
person
That,
is
yeah, it
scary.
absolutely can be.
So,
You can feel like, you can legitimately feel freaked out by some of these players who just,
yeah.
their grasp on like what's, acceptable in a social setting and what's not. You know that it's not entirely there, and it's frightening to have them blow up on you. And it's good that those players are the ones that get banned, because they shouldn't be around other players. They're a danger to their fellow community members, who may or may not know that this guy standing next to them is psychotic, and they're talking about, oh yeah, I live in this state and on this street with my buddy over there, and they have no idea they're sitting next to a complete psychopath that they could say the wrong thing and they could go hunting them down. I don't think that's actually going to happen, but crazy.
Well,
stuff.
it does ruin their gaming experience. I've had people very, very upset about encounters with other players,
Oh, yeah.
and that's not their normal reaction, but they got broadsided. So
Right. Yeah, I mean those kinds of people are truly rare. The ones that I'm talking
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
actually, that I can tell.
it might just be one person that we keep encountering.
I can think of a couple that have come through here that have legitimately they've had no. It's not even about having social boundaries, but they've had no empathy for other people and no social grip on what's real and what's P99, and that's frightening for me. And not even because I think they're gonna hunt somebody down, but just knowing that those kinds of people are out there in the world and you can run into them and not even know it is freaky for me.
Yeah. I feel that's a risk anyone takes when they walk on a city bus.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. I mean, without a doubt. That's what I'm saying, is that meeting those people here highlights that those kinds of people exist in the real world. And
Yeah, you might avoid that person if you saw them face to face.
You might, yeah. Well, hopefully
Whereas
you'd be able to
in the
pick up
game,
on...
you don't know until you've started interacting with them. So.
Yeah, and in a game it's really hard to tell sometimes, because everybody is hiding behind an anonymity and a mask, and you just never know how crazy the person you're farming fungi with really is.
You can get a good idea based on how many corpses he has.
How many fungi corpses are sitting there?
Yep.
Oh, man, you got 30 in the lake over there. Are you sure you need to keep doing this right now? Shut your mouth, I'm fine. Keep going, you be quiet.
Oh, god damn it. Nilbog, is Plane of Mischief open on beta?
It is not currently open. It should be open next patch.
A+. That's
really exciting.
/ copy.
Yes. Everyone, please beta test the Velius server. Everything in Mischief should be done aside from NPC stats, which I hope are done before next beta patch. But if not, try the quest and the theater event and see what you think. But it should look good.
There you
I
go.
know I was having a lot of difficulty getting on the beta server, and it was because I had a separate executable to run the beta server, and I have since learned that all you need to do is run your regular server login, but just choose the beta server at
Really?
server select.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
still file now.
Oh, awesome.
So, if anybody's having trouble getting on beta, just use your normal startup and at server select, pick the beta server.
So, but for all you guys who are tell us what to do, Noblog just told you what to do. Theater event in Mischief after next patch that needs to be looked at and tested and quested and do all those things. Is that the last unreleased zone at this point? Is Mischief?
That's right.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to move the bear a little bit closer to the edge of the pool.
Yeah, I have just a handful of things left to do. The 10th Ring War and a few quests, and really we just need testing. We need people to go to the zones, tell us if raid mobs are really too hard or too easy. It looks pretty good, in my opinion.
And also non-raid content. Like, I know a lot of people go there in big numbers to do these raids, but there's a lot of shit in Velius. There's a lot of it. And you don't need a raid party. Like, if you're by yourself or if it's just one of you and one other person, you can still beta test. There's tons of things you can do with one or two other people.
Absolutely, I encourage that. Anybody that wants to go even solo, you can box as many characters as you want on the beta server. Go see if what you remember from Classic is how it is on the server. Let me know. I think everything looks really good. We really did everything from scratch with Velius. We tried to, with Precanarch, it didn't happen that way because there was just so much. Precanarch zones, there's like 70 something. Kunarch, there's like 20 or 30 something. And Velius, there's 19. So for Velius, we really went through every NPC and redid it. So it should look good.
I like it. I know that everything I've seen is great.
No, don't run macro quest on the beta server. Don't run
Oh my
macro
God.
quest anywhere. Somebody was asking that.
Yeah, you know me is right. Don't run on laser. I don't actually know how the flagging system interacts with the regular flagging system. You may end up with a flag on the wrong table, and there may be no way for us to differentiate it. So don't do that.
What would happen?
You would get banned, and we could have no way of knowing that you were, on the beta. Like,
Yeah, that's not a good.
you could be totally
It's not
screwed.
a good thing.
Oh,
And then
man.
you'd have to put in a petition, and then
I
you'd
would have
have
to
to
tell you that
do
you
all
were screwed
this
because
stuff,
you ran MQ2, and I had no idea.
and then you'd have to threaten Darabale, and then
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the ones, speaking of which, legal threats in MQ2. People who come and say, I ran MQ2 2 or 3 times on your server, but I never actually used it to cheat, so I'm gonna sue you, and I'm gonna subpoena your box, and I'm gonna take all your toy. Like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, chill the fuck out. Relax, man. Like, I'm sorry you broke the rules, but there's no reason to flip out about it and try and sue the free server that you were playing on when you cheated. Like, God. Some people, you guys, are just
Some people.
you guys see them in the petition forum, you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. Crazy stuff.
I like it. I want to get a P.O. box. I'm going to have people send me Outback gift certificates so I can just get Bloomin' Onions from more people.
I'm pretty sure that's blatant RMT, and I'll have to ban you for that.
No, it's not RMT if they don't get anything in
Okay,
exchange.
gotcha, guys. So you're just collecting the...
I am just straight up collecting Bloomin' Onions.
Slide, then. We're good with that.
But this way, it's almost like... Because, if you just mailed me a bunch of Bloomin' Onions, they'd go bad.
they would.
But this way, they won't go bad until I cash in my little thing for a Bloomin' Onion.
But you'd probably eat them, though, right?
What's that?
No matter how old they were, you'd probably eat them.
His, like,
Maybe.
his stockpile of onions that he has. Oh, man. I have a question, since he's babbling in the chat so much. Sectors, weren't you supposed to be doing your own stream tonight? I thought that... We all thought you would be off doing something else while we were doing this.
He did his stream like an hour before yours.
Oh, wow. So, it was like theater seating, huh?
It was not. I was actually on that stream, and then I came to this stream.
Oh, man. You're such a stand-up guy, Sirkin. You really are.
Popular.
I don't know. I don't know if you're a stand-up guy. If you make us both look terrible when you you know
I'm
what
good
I mean,
at making people look terrible.
Everybody knows what I mean when I say that. I'm just kidding. Sirkin's a perfect gentleman for all those things.
I am a perfect gentleman. I absolutely am all the time.
I'm the scumbag who ends up banning everybody.
So, Darabelle, what are we
That's why
watching
you're our
on
HR
stream?
manager.
Repeat that?
What are we watching on stream right now?
We're watching somebody's corpse.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've noticed, but most of the GMChat streams are me just standing and staring at nothing. So
Oh, okay.
That
Can you
is
click
why
it and see
Serpent-
how much time's left on it?
on the corpse, we might. We can
You're
go
talking
bury
like
it.
a cleric.
We could make it disappear forever. It looks like it's just some poor dead gnome. So
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that his time came and oh shit, I just looted whatever he had. Well, let's see. He's got
Oh my
he's
goodness.
got he's got bread on him. So we'll leave it. We won't bury his bread. It'd be kind of cruel.
Is it burnt bread?
Yeah, I think it is. It looks like some pretty black, horrible bread.
so like the bread at Outback.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I've never eaten the Outback bread.
But you've seen it. They bring it to the table.
I gotta admit, dude, it's been a while since I've been to the Outback. Right now, like
All right, listen.
at
You,
least
as a
at least half
P99
a
staff
decade,
member,
if not more.
as a P99 staff member, you are required at all times to uphold the illusion that all you do is go to Outback and eat bloomin' onions.
Can I fill you in on like a super secret like thing? Like it might
Maybe.
blow your mind. Cause I fulfill those requirements. I frequently speak about Outback blooming onions. But I'm gonna say right now, Outback is kind of just not all that great. Their food's kind of horrible actually.
Okay, fine, but what if it's all
But-
free?
But the blooming onions.
I mean, that's serious business.
That's serious, but don't order a steak at Outback Steakhouse, by the way. Get something else, because if you get something else, you're usually in good shape, but do not buy a steak from Outback Steakhouse. They don't cook steaks there. They don't know how to cook them there. They make horrible steaks, so you're just wasting your time. Go to a nice, go to a steakhouse, like a real steakhouse, you know what I mean? Otherwise,
Usually
you're
something with a guy's name on it.
Yeah, like Daniel's Broiler. Yeah, exactly.
A
It's good
supper
steakhouse.
club.
Yeah, right. See, yeah, you guys know what I'm
Usually there's only one of them.
Yeah, there should only be one, maybe two if they're like really successful, you know.
But in the
yeah.
same city.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Definitely.
But yeah, go there for the bread and the blooming onions.
So guys, I'm actually winding down here. I know that we aren't quite at an hour. But unless the chat has any non-Outback related questions, I think that it's about time to wind down and wrap this up.
I wanted to talk about like Halloween, not EverQuest Halloween.
See, here's
but-
what I can do because I do have to go. I can pass the buck, so to speak, over to Sirkin, and he can wrap it up at the end. And then I'll check in like 30 minutes and see if you guys are done. I can just turn everything off.
Maybe we'll be talking all night.
Okay, I want everybody.
Because as soon as you go, I'm gonna
need
just
everybody
talk
to know,
all the time.
Eunomia legitimately wants a CSR slumber party tonight because it's like her vacation time, and she doesn't get to do this very often. So like she's really excited. We're gonna have pillow fights and stuff. Like I'm fairly certain that there might be popcorn in a movie later. So
Yeah,
you know. And I'm okay with all of this, but I'm
we're gonna tell ghost stories.
We're gonna trade places tonight, and I'm gonna go to bed early, and you kids are gonna stay up late and have fun, and you know, I'm okay with that.
Go to EC. So I don't have to stare at this
I can
wall.
do that. I'll go look at like some people trading or something. It'll be cool.
Yeah, just go stand in the tunnel.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to sleep, but I have things to do. I mean, I already told you guys that. I mean, that's already happening like right now behind me, so I need to go. But yeah, Sirkin, if you'll be polite enough to just wrap up and like give an outro, like then yeah, I'll just leave this on.
Yeah, basically you're asking me to shamelessly promote myself, so I
Yeah.
think I can do that.
Basically, more or less. I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just promote me. Okay, before I go, really important. Next week we are gonna do, gosh, what are we gonna call this?
Class R
No,
attack.
man, you gotta think bigger. It's gotta be like Rumble in Norath or something. It's gotta be like epic scale here.
What, a Rumble Repop next week?
No, God, you are so
Oh.
not even. We're not. I don't even know if we can be friends anymore after you just totally ruined that moment for me. Possibly for Sirkin as well. Next week, on Wednesday, we're gonna do, and I was totally kidding about the Rumble and the. There's not gonna be any animosity on this stream. We're gonna have a couple Class R guild leaders on to tell us what we're doing right and tell us what we're doing wrong, and give us an idea of what they think.
Wait, was that your idea?
Yes.
Why?
Because we
Why?
did this with Class C, and we can't do it with Class C and not do it with Class R, okay?
I don't think we've ever been like, tell us what we do wrong.
Do you want me to show you the stream where I said, tell us what we do wrong? And you sat right there and let them tell us what we did wrong?
You can just hit mute during that part.
Look,
I might have, because I don't remember this at all. I might have just
humility, a
muted
little
and
tiny
blacked out.
A little tiny bit of humility goes a long way when you're in a position where you can literally remove thousands of hours of someone's work from the server with a few keystrokes.
4 buttons.
Or a button. If you happen to have them, oh damn, that was loud. If you have their particular account hot buttoned to be banned,
I just need to target them.
they might
I'd have to
a
do
serious
percentage T.
problem. Does that work?
Did you
Can
just
ban
drop
by
like a
target?
cookie tray? Yeah, you can ban by target.
No, you can't.
Yes, you
No
can. Do you want me to log in and ban you by
I
target?
don't want to test it. I've never done a target ban before, I guess.
Percentage T, you can do it.
Amazing. Oh, well, duh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get it. God damn it, Nick.
Was that Nexus new computer?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh.
I love how you automatically jump to that. Like, that must be what it is, of course. So we are doing the Class R guilds will come on and talk to us about this stuff. Sergen, if you don't want to hear him talk about how you've done a terrible job, that's fine. I will accept that. And
That's what we have you for.
You can just mute it or whatever, and I'm totally cool with that. And I'll smile and I'll nod and I'll say, yep, there's always room for improvement, you know. And then
I think everybody's happy on the server. I think everybody
Oh,
is.
gosh.
Clearly
Oh,
they
I
are.
think so.
Much. You're like my
I read
favorite
the
person.
message board, and that's all I
Yeah.
hear is happiness and
Yeah.
loveliness.
Oh, absolutely.
They're all very happy.
I talk to the players every single day. They're happy.
No,
Tune
that's
in next
actually Not
week.
entirely untrue. Like, it's very rare to like have a green name and step into a situation and have anybody be like, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? Like, you never feel that you never feel like hated when you walk into a situation, right?
There are times where I have felt absolutely hated by players.
I mean, I have too, but how often does it happen in game?
It doesn't happen often, but still more than it should.
I always
Well,
forget that. My
don't do that
memory
very
with that is short. If
And
somebody
see-
doesn't like me, I forget the next day.
Sirkin, I feel like I'm more hated than you too because I ban more people.
Well, that's
Like,
because you're a bad person.
That's what I'm saying, but I still don't ever feel like I'm hated when I walk. Maybe it's because I ban all the people who hate me. Is that my problem? Am I that guy?
Maybe, I don't know.
I hope
We
I'm
might have
not.
to
I don't
go.
wanna
We might
be
have to
that
comb
guy.
through your
I
band
think
records.
I have too big of a heart to be that guy.
Yeah, Selena's happy. Really, and that is all that matters.
That's all that matters. Well,
A
as
plus.
long as the women on the server
That's
are happy,
right.
we're all
That's
okay.
right.
All right. It's
You
fine.
don't care about Lazy? Lazy says he's happy.
Yes. Hi, Lacey. You know what? I don't really know who Lacey is, so
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
sorry,
because-
lazy.
I mean, it probably just means he doesn't petition, which, I like everybody that doesn't petition.
Did you hear that? If you don't petition, you're already me as friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even if you do petition, you can be my friend.
So really, it doesn't matter. What
You know,
do.
you can't be my friend if you put stuff on your cursor.
Yeah, for sure. No, you can't be.
Those
my
are the
friend
only
either.
people that can't be my friend.
And like the
If
more
you-
items you stack up there, like the further and further your chances sink, like
Right.
of any kind of recovery.
There are some pending changes for the cursor. with the next
Yes.
patch.
Yes.
But yeah, just avoid
Trying
the
to
cursor
make-
if you can. Hope that helps.
Yeah.
I gotta stop muting my mic. I do that all the time.
Why are you doing stuff that you don't want us to know about?
He's
I
probably
absolutely am doing all kinds of things that I don't want you.
typing. You're
Clearly,
probably
you
just
weren't
typing
paying
up a
attention.
storm.
I'm calling different Asian farms to get prices on their farmers.
Nice. Nice.
Are you doing
gonna-
that right now?
Are we gonna outsource
You're
the,
cold.
the CSR?
I just gotta be prepared in case Daru goes full nuclear. I want to be ready.
Full nuclear. I thought we had another word for that on the CSR staff. Never
Do we?
mind. No, we'll keep that one private. Yes, I'm getting into position, by the way. I'm assuming the position for you to.
Boost Buskier. I mean anything on your cursor. If you are making a trade with someone,
Buskier.
you should make sure you have room in your inventory. So when you click trade, nothing is on your cursor. That
Yeah, for
you
sure.
should not have anything on your cursor.
At all.
Anything at all. Not don't
The
even.
cursor
put
is
one
evil.
item. Don't do any of them, cause yeah, they'll poof. They'll poof. And yeah, what Lazy just said, it's considered an inventory
Yeah.
output.
Yeah.
Just don't do it, cause it's such a headache. It's such a horrible, easily averted headache. So
We don't want you to do that because it is considered an inventory
we could just
exploit.
start banning
but
people
right
who do it
now,
and be like, did you put things on your
it's
cursor?
broken.
Like, oh yeah, it was an accident. Banned. Nah, you don't get a reimbursement. You're done. Goodbye.
So.
I feel like we can justify that somehow. Anyway, like
I've asked people to tell their guilds this. I mean, I really am trying. I mean, this has been going on for months, so
yeah.
I don't know why people don't know. You cannot use your cursor right now.
So next week at 6 p.m. We're probably going to be more on time than we usually are because I think there's gonna be probably 4 guests on that street. I don't think I want to go any more than 4. Like that's a lot. So it sounds like we probably cap out at 4, maybe 3. I'm not sure yet. It'll be Class R. They're gonna come on, tell us why we're bad, tell us why we're good, tell us where we can do things better, and tell us what can improve the raid scene. It should be pretty fun. It's always nice to see the community getting involved and caring and being passionate. Here's the thing, Sirkin, and I'm gonna say this directly to you before I leave. Even if they don't like something we're doing, it's only because they probably care about the box, right? You know, it's rarely selfish with these guys. They're not.
Oh,
coming
they're
in
absolutely passionate about it for
Right,
sure.
right. So you know, I never get offended because I know that it's because they just want what's best for the server, and they may not agree with what we think that is. Granted, you know, in the end, it's not their.
Well,
to
my
make
body
decisions,
will be
but
ready.
Your
I'm
body
gonna
will be
live
ready, right?
all
It's
week.
gonna be a rumble, and I'll hype it like that. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be great. And I'm out of here. You guys have fun. I'll
Bye.
go back and close it out.
Bye.
It was a great stream. Everyone
I
have a good
have
night.
fun.
Bye.
Thank
So
you,
you
Durbo.
know Mia. You know
Yes.
Mia.
Yes.
Let's get back to the important business now.
Okay.
About
Halloween?
the slumber party.
Okay.
Is this going to go down at the P99 office building? Where is this happening?
Are there, comfortable chairs at the office? I don't.
Oh yeah, it's real nice. Snowbog has the whole top floor of this
Okay.
thing.
Because
So it's-
we can have it there. We do need like a big screen.
for movies.
Yeah, because I think we should watch scary movies, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm down with that.
Popcorn. We need popcorn and licorice for the movie.
I'm not going to eat licorice because that sounds horrible. But
Licorice
Well,
is just like
like
gummy.
Yeah, it's like a gummy vitamin. There you go.
it's as someone who actually eats gummy vitamins, no, it's not.
Did you happen to see? I sent you a link to an article about how you can overdose and die from gummy vitamins.
Why would you tell me that? Now I'm going to be scared to take them.
Because I'm worried about you. I
you
don't want
realize,
you to
like,
overdose.
all nutritional value is out of my life now because you told me that.
Licorice tastes like absinthe.
Hmm.
Well,
That
black licorice, right? I don't like black licorice. So
I don't like any of it.
Red licorice is pretty yummy.
yeah, or like Twizzlers. Is that what? Or no? The things that.
That's red licorice.
Okay,
Twizzler.
yeah. I was thinking of the
You know, we
Poland.
have much tastier shit nowadays. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
eat licorice. We got gummy bears and gushers and fruit by the foot and fruit roll-ups and gummy savers and all kinds of delicious, tasty things that are
Yeah.
way better. Oh, I'm
You know,
bringing
here-
all of these things to the slumber party.
Okay. The thing with the roll-ups, they're so thin. Like
Yeah.
you have to peel a foot of them before you get a
Well,
And
I
you-
mean, you probably shouldn't only eat fruit roll-ups as your meal. Like, if you had real food, and
Well,
then
yeah, according to you,
Just eat
Sherfin, you
one.
put 2 gushers and a gummy bear together.
and wrap
you have a
them. You
sandwich.
wrap them in the roll.
don't do what I do. Do what I say. It's one of those. So,
yeah.
do we have
Oh, you've got lots
Chat
of
room.
interest in this in the slumber party.
chat room? If you have questions, fire them off. If not, I don't know. Like, I've got really nothing else.
Okay, but I want to talk about Halloween. Are you guys dressing up at all? It's
I'm-
really my favorite holiday.
I'm absolutely not.
What?
They
I'm
said
not.
we could dress up this year at work. I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out if I want to. What are you going to dress up as? Yeah.
I'm going to be a Ghostbuster because it's the 30-year anniversary.
Oh,
And Ghostbusters is pretty awesome.
it is. Do you have all the stuff made? All the
Yeah.
backpack?
It's a group of us that, and you know what, Fleet Farm, do you have that?
I
sorry,
don't
you
know what
lost
that
me.
is.
Store. It's a store. Okay, and they have, you know what Carhartts are? Probably
Yep.
not.
I know
Okay,
what perfect are.
so
Those are the country.
okay, so blue, overalls, yeah, and for the guns we have, like those big squirt guns because they have
Mhm.
like those huge squirt guns.
Yeah, cool. Are you going to squirt people with water?
Maybe some will
Whoa.
make it like blue jello or something.
Well, that'll be fun. Shoot people with blue gel.
Yeah. But I also wanted to tell, we're going to play a drinking game where every time that Elsa shows up at the door, you have to drink a shot. Do you know who Elsa is? From,
Is it that a Disney character?
yeah. So, and there's going to be a lot of them. So,
Do you have enough alcohol?
oh, yeah. Yeah. Make jello shots. So,
It's funny.
yeah. That's Halloween.
Sir,
That's
do you
all.
do anything?
Usually I do. This year I'm not.
Do you,
Yeah.
do you have trick-or-treaters at your place? I can't imagine you would.
I usually do have lots. I live in the city, but I'm not going to be at my house for Halloween this year, so I'm not going to be dealing with any of that.
Sounds like you're going to be dressing up.
I don't know how you got that from what I just said.
Because if you're not going to be home, you're going to be at a party.
I'm actually going to be visiting friends out of town, and they're not going to be doing anything, so I'm not going to be dressing up.
Are they that religion that doesn't practice Halloween?
No, they're just busy as fuck and don't give any
Oh.
shits about it.
Oh.
It's a shame.
Yeah. What can you do? He's going to Spain soon, and so I haven't seen him, and the last time he was here, I blew him off because I was with some girl. And I felt bad about that, and so I gotta go see him before he goes. So
Like
that's
Spain
the
to
thing.
live or visit?
For work for a while.
Oh.
So, and he's a good pal of mine, and so I have to go and do that.
Okay, does he know that you GM a 15 an elf simulator?
He knows that I do something with some nerdy game on the computer, but that's about it.
That's what when my family heard that I was playing EverQuest again, they were like, "Oh no, oh no, we thought that was over. We thought you grew out of that."
Aren't you past that phase?
I have a question from chat room, and it's a pretty decent one. He wants to know what games what games did you guys play before EQ? Did you guys play games before EQ? Next, you know,
Board games?
Yeah, I
Any
played.
game.
I
think
love
board
games.
I think
I'm a
computer.
gamer person. Like I like all games. I like card games. I know that's really old fashioned, but
Like 52 card
no,
games?
yeah.
God damn it! God
yeah.
damn it! Computer games. Did you guys play computer games before EverQuest?
I did.
I did not. I
No bug.
played.
No. Both of you are done. Done. No bug. Computer games. What did you play before EverQuest?
I played a lot of Command. I was ranked 4 in the world in Red Alert.
Oh shit!
Played some Blood 2. You know, all computer games.
That's A plus.
I didn't even know there was computer games before EverQuest. So.
Oh man! God damn it! Well, there was. What? No bug. What?
Like in 1999, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Ultima Online was
They
before
were really
EverQuest.
slow.
There were MUDs before EverQuest.
Because, like, Carmen, where was that? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
And the,
Is that a computer game, what you're talking about, or?
Alright, well, I mean, if you want to get into non-MMOs, then computer games have been around for years and years and years. I'm still playing Sid Meier's Covert Action from, like, 92 on a DOS box.
funny.
Oh, Jesus. What,
Yeah, I remember when computer games fit on a floppy.
I remember when floppies were a
Yeah.
Yeah. Doom 2, TIE Fighter.
Oh, God, Doom.
Oh, Oregon Trail. Somebody mentioned Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I remember that. That was good. That was fun.
God damn it.
What's funny is these games that we're mentioning, these guys don't even think that those are games.
No, I played Oregon Trail, but I was like 6 years old in like first grade, and that was like what we did in computer class that day.
I died from dysentery many times.
Yeah.
I learned more diseases in Oregon Trail than I've ever learned since.
Oh my God, you got to say Oregon.
Oregon. No, I say
No,
Oregon.
it's not Oregon.
I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. When you guys break 1 million people, I'll start to care about how to say your state name. I'm sorry. You guys just... I feel like I could take 1/3 of my population and stick them in Oregon, and we'd both be more happy.
No, we wouldn't want your people here.
But I'd say your name the right way. I'd say your state name the right way.
I say it wrong too, but I do love it there.
Oregon.
That's when I know, you notice I'm avoiding saying it, but I went to Portland and I loved it. I could probably live there.
Very good.
I don't
And it
think
didn't rain when I was there.
I don't think I've ever gone somewhere else and been like, yeah, you know what? I could live here. This looks good. I don't think I've ever said that.
Really? In Colorado, I can't even think of the name of the place. No, it was beautiful. I could live there.
Is that a thing, Norova? Is that a real game, The Dark Side of the Sierras?
I don't know. But if it is, I want to play it. Oh.
Have you ever seen the water in Lake Tahoe? That could look there.
No.
That's really beautiful.
Buskier wants to know if any of us played Sierra Online Fantasy World. I don't even know what that is.
I did not.
Do you know about it? I mean, have you heard it?
I know what it is. I did not play it.
What is it?
Are you asking me?
Yeah!
Yeah. It's a game. It's a computer game. Google
What
it.
kind of what kind of fantasy world is it?
I didn't play it.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's just make something up. We can just.
What got you into EQ? You
There's
know?
deserts. Oh, what got me? It was a boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
It was. And that's why I know how to get, guys are always wanting to get their wives and girlfriends interested. And I mean, I know it worked for me, but I liked games before that. I mean, I liked any kind of games. And I'm pretty competitive. But he taught me just the basics. And then he left me alone in Kellethan. And I just played. And he would stop by and check on me every once in a while and,
Did he
give me
send you
buffs.
tells?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, yeah. He didn't ignore me. But he let me discover the game myself, and he didn't twink me out, and he didn't give me a bunch of buffs. Occasionally he would come. He had a druid, and he would, buff my character, and I was like, oh my god! But he didn't do that often. So
I see.
I got hooked right away though. And the first class I played was a bard because I thought I liked music, and I thought, oh, this suits my personality. But that was very difficult, and I really did try to twist, and gave myself carpal tunnel. But then I switched to a cleric, and that was my calling.
Oh, god damn it.
That's funny.
What about you, Nix? What got you into EQ?
It was the boyfriend
God damn it.
that turned into the husband. Hmm. Yeah, we both lived in Portland, but on opposite sides of the city, so there's like an hour and a half between. And so we played together in the evenings. It was fun.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, he made a ranger and I made a druid, and I can't tell you how many times we died to the bandits.
I can imagine with a ranger and a druid. I think I have a really good idea, actually. No Bug, what got you into EQ?
InQuest magazine, I believe. I played Magic the Gathering, and I was looking through some games and some magazines, and I was like, wow, that looks really good, and I played it.
Was it still classic, or was it Kunar? Where was it?
Yeah. I started in classic for sure.
A+. A+.
I think it was was it March or April of '99 when it came out? It was I had a very bad computer, and I was happy that it played it.
Yeah, my computer wasn't great back then either. Well, I've got nothing else. So, unless one of you guys have something, I am out of here.
Okay, you're gonna miss all the fun.
I might miss all the fun, but you know what? If that doesn't work, I'm leaving.
No. We
I'm
can
done.
say goodbye.
You don't have to, because Derribear's
That's right.
hosting the call and he's hosting the stream, so it's gonna keep
So
going.
I could just sit here and talk all night, even to myself if I wanted.
You could literally sit here and talk to yourself all night if you want. And while you make that sound like something a crazy person would do, let me tell you, there are thousands of people on this very website sitting here talking to themselves for hours and hours at a time.
What? Oh, you mean doing their Twitch streams, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. They imagine that they're talking to people though that are watching, right?
I don't know what they imagine. Maybe they are talking to people, but for a good part of it, they're talking to themselves.
Very true. And I've heard it when they do that, they make little spaceship noises and pew pew pew. Right?
You need laser sounds sometimes to help pass the time. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't deal with that right now. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are gonna keep talking?
No,
Nah.
I'm
No.
going to play the game, I think.
I just
All right,
kind of
Tim.
respond to people. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Well, Nobog, you are welcome wherever you go. I hope to get you on my channel one of these days. Because you know what? You are not only, Lady Angel Nilbog, but you're also a dev. And a lot of times, people they ask questions, dev-related questions to CSR staff, and we have nothing for them. We don't know shit, because we're not on the dev team. They don't understand, like, it's two completely separate things. And so having you around just for little things like Theater Quest and Plane of Mischief, like, I can't tell you how many times I get asked, like, what should we do? I don't know. I want a beta test, but I don't know what to do. I wish I knew what to do. And I tell them, like, you should just go make a post in the Velius section asking for some shit to do. And I don't know if they do it or not, but
Well, it's like this. There's like 3 to 10 people on the beta server, and there's 1,200 people on the live server. Just beta test. You
shut
can
it
copy
down.
Yeah, exactly. You can shut it down, and then the people will beta test. I'd prefer not to do that, but we will if we have to.
Thank God, because I'm telling you right now, I would have never beta tested Kunark if you didn't shut down the blue server. It would have never happened, because I had other shit to do. It's like, you know what, if I was level 60 and best in slot stuff, maybe, but I got levels to grind and shit. I can't be beta testing.
Got a King Tranix to camp.
I'll remember
Well-
that, Sirkin. What are you talking about?
Hey, I'm a better person now. I found Lady Angel Nilbog, and it changed my life. I'm a reformed P99er. I'm a reformed Norathian. I've been born again, baptized in the ocean of tears.
Praise Tanair.
Yes. Too near.
I don't like her. I don't think she can be my EQ god. I don't know which one I would go for, though. Maybe that peaceful one, the Tranquil. I imagine that's like the only god zone thing in Planes of Power that I don't think you fought, right? You never fight the Tranquil because you can just run around that zone and zone to other zones.
The Quilius?
Yes, I think so. Quellius the Tranquil? Sounds good, sounds right. Oh, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Good night, Surfing.
Good night, Nix and Nilbog, Eunomia, and...
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eunomia, you came on stream out of the shadow.
I know. I felt a little bad that it wasn't on your stream first, but I thought there were less viewers on your house.
That's okay. You can baby step. There's nothing wrong with taking baby steps.
That's funny. Okay, good night.
Bye.
Bye. I should probably say one thing to you people in chat here. Darabale is not here, so he's not going to be able to turn off the stream. So we're leaving. We're done now. There's not going to be anything else. But the stream's not actually going to turn off. So if you think there's like a hidden track or a secret message or anything like that, it's not going to be a thing. Remember hidden tracks though? Remember when that was a thing? And again, thank you to Eunomia and Nix and Nilbog for coming on, and thank you to Sirkin for coming on. No problem. And thanks to Darabale for putting this together. He does this every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Next week's topic is going to be like a Class R discussion with the staff, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. And so you should come right here, twitch.tv/Darabale, and tune in for that. Hit the follow button if you don't follow, and you won't miss his stuff. And if you want to watch my stuff, twitch.tv/CircanP99, and you can watch all my old stuff at youtube.com/CircanP99. And if you want your classic EverQuest, www.project1999.com. We do classic EverQuest better than anybody else on the internet. Server sees over 1,100 concurrent individual players every single night. We don't allow two-boxing. We don't allow third-party programs. We don't allow any kind of real money transaction. There's no station store. The server is 100% free forever and ever and ever. We're currently in Kunark, but Velius is on the way. The Velius beta server is open right now, and you can /copy to get your character copied over to the beta server. If you are not level 60, but you'd like to be, we have NPCs set up over there. You can hail them. They'll make you level 60. And God damn it, Darabale. God damn it. They'll make you level 60. They'll give you items and all of the things, and they'll send you on your merry way. So you can even make a level 1 whatever. Say your characters are like cleric and ranger, but you're like, I want a beta test as a monk. You can make a level 1 monk. You can /copy. You go to the NPC. He'll give you all the best in slot and make you level 60, and off you go on your merry beta testing way. I will talk to you wonderful people later. I'm Sirkin, and I love all of you. Goodbye. Pringles, that was absolutely not pre-recorded.